Hello, everyone, and welcome to I guess, director's commentary on the Cooper film. So today I actually have the co-director of the film, Daniel.
Hello.
So we're going to be basically talking over the movie and giving you some sort of feedback on how we thought the movie rolled and whatnot. And do you have anything to add on to this?
No, I thought this is very interesting how you wanted to do something like this as opposed to your usual stuff. I actually thought it was a really good project to work on, personally.
Yeah, I wanted to try something new, and usually my videos are more comedic, but I've been trying these more serious tones, and this was the first project I did that was more serious. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and play the movie. So if you're watching this, go ahead and you can play the movie along, and I don't know. So 3, 2, 1, and the movie has started now.
Yeah. What was the phrase I'm looking for? I remember the you telling me about the disclaimer part for the first one.
Yeah, we put a disclaimer just because we didn't want anyone watching this and then like their parents walking like this is inappropriate. So we put it there. So
at the time of this recording, I'm kind of surprised it still hasn't been hit by YouTube's algorithm for.
Yeah, it's not age restricted as of right now. So this part, a fan reached out to me. I think his name is Michael Podek. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. He goes by Reno. He voiced the doctor for this part, and he did a great job with this. I mean, my voice kind of sucks, but
yeah. I mean, I have to admit, I thought our voice acting was really good for some of the shit we did, but this dude fucking nailed it out of the park. My jaw literally dropped the first moment I heard from this.
Yeah, I remember I shared this on. I'm a part of this Discord server, and we share our feedback on films. And one of the people said, "Is that Seth MacFarlane?" I'm like, "No, it's not. I wish."
Oh, if only that were the case.
He's just as good.
Yeah. I mean, if not better.
So, yeah, basically, we set this part up, and this takes place after the series, and yeah, now Trevor's dead.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Cooper movie was actually a continuation to the series that we've done back in freaking high school.
It was college. It was college.
Is it college? I thought it was
right after some random video.
Okay, so it was right after. It was after high school. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I feel old now. Why?
So yeah, 1 month later, freaking look at me on my bed.
Depression.
Look, you can see the eraser we used for the stupid movie board thing, the cutters thing. I don't know what they call it.
Oh yeah.
I forgot to remove that.
The little tick thing.
And then I just grabbed some alcohol off.
You'll see a lot of.
I don't actually drink.
No, same. You'll see a lot of strange continuity errors that we have here. You have to remember, it's still a college film. We had low budget.
This was no budget.
This was well, I mean, you had some cash to put into this.
Oh yeah, so this part's pretty funny. I mean, yeah, I'm crying, but look at my cat in the background. He's just staring at me.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, usually animals are like, "Oh, you feeling all right?" But no, my cat was just like, "What a freaking weirdo."
What are you, a fucking square?
So this part basically in the film is where my college calls me and is like, "Hey, you're fired. You didn't show up, you loser." And
it's a hell of a downward spiral for the character.
So basically, he just lost his best friend. He just lost his job, and basically everything's just going downhill for him. And I actually did use my actual university because to be honest, I didn't really like them. But that's besides the point.
I mean, you might as well put him into a decent light with a movie, just to say, yeah, I didn't like you, but...
And I actually did write this when I was still attending there, so it was actually my last quarter when I wrote this thing.
Yeah, wasn't it during your scripting course?
I actually pitched it in my scripting course, and then I actually ended up writing it after my scripting course.
And then fully fledged out, everything all said and done, you gave it to me to be like, what the fuck is this crap? And then we actually made it into something.
Yeah. Also, fun fact, my cat's name is actually Cooper. I named him after my character in the series, because I thought the series was dead until we did this movie, obviously.
It is actually kind of surprising, the response that we got for this movie. I'm really surprised at how your fans took to it, asking for more, in a sense.
Yeah, people wanted more, and then I was like, all right, we're giving you more, and then bam, we just released this, and some people were like, whoa, I didn't expect this.
Where did this come from?
Like, I think it's at 85 views right now, and I'm really surprised. Like, I thought I was originally going to get like 15 or something. 85 is a lot of people.
For our level in YouTube, yeah, for sure.
And then, the series had, I think the most viewed episodes got like 200 views. But
that was over the course of a longer period of time.
That was a series, and it usually drops, but this one basically is like a standalone, but also a continuation. Oh, look at my bad acting. I just threw my phone on the bed.
I mean, you
see my cat.
Oh, sure, now the cat decides to...
I had to cut that out because he started hitting me.
It's fun having your animals on here sometimes, but then again... When it comes to the green screen working later down the line, you'll see sometimes it's a bit tricky.
So, yeah, this part I'm just talking about basically just expositioning about the gap between the series and the movie. What basically happened.
Yeah, between the character, Trevor himself.
And I picked myself up, and this is some sort of artistic thing or whatever where...
Or you get a shave and a haircut.
I shave my face, and I basically become...
12 years old again.
12 years old again.
Because no matter what video we do, you still almost look the same.
Well, I mean, I got fatter over the years, but that's the different story.
That's totally different, man. I mean, come on, I have the same condition.
And then I'm monologuing about how this gun killed him, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my god, it's all my fault.
I feel the very beginning of the film was very dry, in my opinion, but it's just building characters, I guess, and you gotta have it.
It's getting you set because of the standalone condition.
And this is where we show off that, hey, I'm not just lying, I'm actually a scientist. Look at this portal thing.
I did the thing.
And then, you see my cat tries to bite me right there.
Yeah.
And look, and then magical shirt change. Oops.
Continuity number one.
Well, because we filmed this movie over the course of like 2 years. I mean, we didn't film it for 2 years exactly, but it was...
scheduling.
It was scheduling conflicts. Yes, sir. And so this part's pretty cool. We introduce some government agent characters. You might recognize the guy in the blue shirt. He's been in some of my videos before.
Yeah, I believe this one here is supposed to be his brother, yeah?
Well, yeah, this is in real life it's his brother, but they're just government agents.
Yeah, the partner in this scenario. I have to say the chemistry between these two, regardless of what scene you're watching them on, is spot on. Honestly.
Yeah.
I wish I was there during the filming portions, but I had, of course, scheduling and all that. I couldn't be around to help out and all this.
This part was really good.
You know, but this fucking escaped convict.
we're just watching the film because these scenes with these guys are really good, and a lot of people actually said they liked the guy in the blue shirt. Not me, but his character's name is Ralph. They loved his character.
Oh yeah,
he did a great job, and I wish we could have used him more, but he was very busy, so
oh yeah,
we had to work with what we got.
I mean, the dude has a job out about a town a ways, and I think he's still doing school, isn't he, these days, or is he finally finished with it?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I haven't talked to these guys in a while.
Yeah.
And then they were surprised when I dropped the film. They're like, "Oh wow, I didn't realize we were in this."
I mean, you were in the Facebook. Well,
because I was actually originally going to release this in late 2017 on a website called VidMe, but they shut down, and I'm like, well, I might as well keep working on this. We got half of it filmed already.
I mean, yeah. May that rest in peace.
And then I wanted to release it at the end of 2018, and then surprisingly, I got out at the basically beginning of 2019, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, if memory serves, that key throwing scene probably took you a while, didn't it?
Yeah, we have. If you watch the bloopers, you can see them doing it like 3 or 4 times.
Oof. Now, was that part of him not being able to get in ad-libbed and he was actually locked out or something?
Yeah, they have a weird car. Older cars have this weird locking mechanism.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is where we introduce Maxwell's character. You see, he's like a bad boy. He's not wearing his helmet. Don't ever do this.
Please, don't ever. For the love of God. Yeah, it was really cool using this scene
Yeah, the drone part was really cool, but
there was some technical difficulties when we were doing this.
yeah, we were flying, and then my gimbal started going crazy, and I thought my drone crashed, but it came out all right.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, this drone part and then this part was actually filmed on a completely different day. So, I mean, the whole movie. I wish we could have filmed the whole movie in one day, but we can't.
There was just no way we could do it with our schedules. I mean, if we were back in high school, still maybe.
I like how my door is unlocked. Who leaves their door unlocked?
Someone who's depressed as hell, maybe. I don't know.
And then, yeah, basically it's just like, hey, you can I come in? And I'm like, no.
Why would I let a stranger into my house when I'm depressed?
But hopefully you're watching this after you watch the movie, so.
Yeah, we would prefer if you.
Because there's some spoilers, obviously. We might spoil something like
down the line, like someone dies.
Everyone dies, but me.
Da da da.
I don't know. I didn't watch the film, and I edited the thing. Isn't this actually your first viewing of its entirety? I mean, you watched parts of it, but this is actually your first viewing.
This is my first viewing of the full thing, and I have to say, every time I see this scene, it still gives me chills that something could have probably gone wrong.
I wish something did go wrong.
Oh, please don't.
And I would have kept it in.
It's bad enough when he and I take those heavy falls to give the better effects. Those are the ones you really need to keep, but drawing blood, I think, might be a bit much.
No, that would have got me deleted off YouTube. So.
Oh, probably.
But Vimeo would have been okay with it. They like artsy stuff. They would have been like, oh.
Oh, yeah. We understand why I wanted to keep this in. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah. So there's a lot of dialogue in lower budget movies. If you ever watch lower budget films, they do a lot of dialogue because they can't get away with a lot of action scenes or heavy VFX.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say that too during your monologues, that there was a reason behind all those, and I can definitely agree with that, as we didn't have much money to work with this.
I mean, I would have loved to do a bunch of action scenes, but well, for starters, I don't know how to shoot action scenes.
And another thing is, we're not very. Have you seen us? We're not very much built for action scenes. I mean, except for him, probably, but still.
I think we have about a few action scenes in here, but they're like very minimal. Like
enough to give what is necessary.
If you blink, they're pretty much over.
Yeah.
I mean, that's regular action scenes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this part, he's like, hey, why are you crying, you big baby? I just want to know how he died. I'm like, well, I killed him.
Oops.
And then he's like, I don't believe you.
Yep. Dingus.
I remember I was watching this with one of my friends on a Discord, and he started laughing that I said he died of stage 5 leukemia, and he was like, what? There's no such thing as stage 5, and I was like, it's ultimate leukemia, and they started bawling. I'm like, why are you laughing at my personal film? Like, this is supposed to be serious, but whatever.
I mean, to begin with, those people were on a filming Discord, so they would, of course, kind of nitpick.
Oh no, this is one of my funny Discords where they do more comedy over there, where that's besides the point.
Well, also I apologize for any high-pitched squealing 12-year-old adolescent voices coming from me, because I'm just getting over an illness, and it took my voice for the past 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, we've been trying to film this director's commentary, and he's feeling a little bit better now, right?
A little bit.
Right?
Oh, that was red. Fuck. My bad.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Now I have to edit that part out.
Oh, like it's gonna be hard for you.
I'm not gonna edit it at all. I'm just kidding. You know what's funny? Everyone pointed this out during filming, after filming, is why didn't you just pull the gun on me to begin with? Oh yeah, look, he's wearing glasses now.
Continuity number 2.
But, oh yeah, fun fact, that Nerf gun, when we threw it into the water, we had to chase it for about a mile. It was pretty funny.
How do you lose it for a mile? Why didn't you put it on a string?
Well, it's low budget. We can't afford strings.
If you need a string, just come to my house. My mother's a tatter. She has plenty of string.
And now, as for him wearing the hat and glasses, we actually filmed that house scene after this part, so this was actually filmed before it. Like, I know movies film things out of sequence all the time, but
I mean, we kind of had to.
But geez Louise, this is why I like filming in order, because stuff like this happens.
Yeah.
Also, he wore the hat because he had long hair. He didn't want to break continuity, but whatever.
Continuity before we even had continuity.
So basically, I think the only characters that basically look the same throughout the whole entire film is myself and the other guy in the blue shirt, and and obviously the guy, the other government agent, because we filmed that part in one day, obviously. But
Yeah.
I kept true to my continuity. Okay, I tried my best, but
We can only do so much, you know?
also this was very windy in this area. I mean, I love this. I want to film here again, but we gotta be careful on the days because it's a canyon, so that it picks up a lot of wind.
Yeah, we've had some. There I go again. We've had some definite problems with wind. As you know from most of our other previous videos, we've had a good number of problems with the wind. This is no exception, of course.
So basically, this part we're just talking about our backstory a little bit. Basically, I'm trying to bond the characters here. I don't know if it worked or not.
I mean, give a reason for us to like the character.
We're trying to like both of these characters because you realize over the film that they're both pieces of crap. I mean, one's more than the other, but
I mean, yeah. I mean, it all depends on what one did. Not saying anything yet if you're still watching it for the first time, but still.
yeah, that's what we're saying. I hope you watch this director's commentary after the fact.
Yeah.
But you know, some people don't care.
Yeah, and if you did, good job.
I don't want to see any comments saying I'm lost. Freaking.
Well, good, because this is not where you need to be lost.
You should have watched the film first.
Go over there, watch it, give us more views, and comment on what you enjoyed about the video.
And this is just a rambling about the film while we're watching it live.
Pretty much, yeah. So early Monday afternoon, and all that crap.
Yeah. Basically. There's a lot of dialogue here, so freaking yeah.
Don't skip it because you might miss some important stuff, and then you'll get lost.
We have a lot of important dialogue. Like if you skip the part, like wait, how did they get to the forest? You know, there's stuff like that. Like if stuff happens very quickly in this film.
Random picking up of rock.
Yeah, I don't know why I picked up the rock. I still don't know why.
It reminds me of what I did in my theater class. I took a chair and I just kind of stood next to it.
Well,
there's a reason why in your mind a character does what they do. This is probably one of those, I guess you could say, a coping mechanism.
Yeah, because this was kind of a long line. I mean, I had a lot of long lines in the film. A lot.
Well, that's an understatement.
That's my fault, but you pick up things when you're acting because it helps you basically do the scene better. I don't know.
And it doesn't have to be picking something
and
up.
You can see, look, there's a Nerf gun in the bag in the back. Oops.
Continuity number 3, 4? Where are we at now? Fuck.
Basically, it's a low budget film. Leave me alone. And at this point, so there's some parts. Oh yeah, there it is.
This is after finding it after a mile's worth, and that thing is gonna rust up real quick.
That's plastic. It's fine.
Nah.
Dude, that was I picked it up and it was really gross. I'm like, why is it covered in like sludge?
To begin with, it was on the creek, you fool.
Yeah, and then
I think I saw a random car in the background. Am I not wrong?
There's basically a highway on this place. So you see a bunch of cars. So basically, we're just in the ditch of this highway.
This alien highway.
No, this is on Earth.
Oh.
If it was on an alien highway, there you would see floating cars. I don't have that kind of budget.
Fair enough.
Most of the movie takes place on Earth until you get to Act 3. Then that's on a spaceship. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoils.
But this is Act 1, so we're still in Act 1. Like, things are still getting set up.
Yeah.
If you follow basic script writing, Act 1 is where things get set up, Act 2 is where things go wrong, and Act 3 is the conclusion. Basically, everything happens.
Yeah, and everything does happen.
And it concludes, but...
Yeah, I have to say Act 3 went pretty well, as you will see eventually in it, but nonetheless...
We're not there yet. Be patient. Unless you skip ahead in the video, then say hello to future me.
And myself as well. Actually, technically speaking, there'll be... Oh, my head hurts. I shouldn't be thinking of this.
Like 50 minutes from now.
Yeah.
He's like, do it! Shoot the portal!
Just
and then I cheated a little bit. I zoomed in, and you could tell I was done with this part, because there's a lot of rotoscoping in this movie that I was just done with.
Yeah, he had a lot of editing to work
There's
with.
a lot of VFX shots that are so little, but I film at 60 frames per second, so imagine editing something out 60 times a second. It's annoying. But It looks better. It looks better in the end result.
It gets the job done. It's what we have, and we did it right. So I don't think it's a terrible job. I mean, you've done better on some aspects, but you had the right skills, the right tools, the right camera work.
So this is the beginning of Act 2. Basically, everyone's been developed. We introduced everybody. So I mean, there's 2 more characters to introduce, but that's later on down the road. You'll see that later.
Two. See, it's like Act. Hey, you predicted it. It was Act 2. That's all the 2's there.
They kept making fun. If you watch the bloopers, there's this part where they pick up the napkin and they make fun of me because I just kept writing 4 and then a bunch of like trigonometry terms. Freaking, I'm just making it look like I'm writing down math, okay?
That's all we need.
And then eventually it filled up the napkin. I started drawing smiley faces and like random shapes.
Should have just sold that on like eBay or something.
No, I threw away the napkin when I was done with it.
Oh,
Take that, environmentalists.
If you're in the comment section, would you have bought the napkin? Please tell me so I can know. I'm actually kind of.
I want to buy the pen he's using. I want to buy the shirt he was wearing. Did he wash it?
Do you still have those fans? Those kind of fans from back in the day? Okay.
No. I mean, I have this one fan that comments on all my videos saying, "Bring back Watersurf 17." I'm like, are you dumb?
That dude's dead. I don't know what you're talking about.
That channel doesn't exist anymore, and 99% of the videos that were on that channel are on this channel. But let's get back to the movie, okay?
Sure.
I'm glad he didn't comment on the movie because I would have been like, okay, we're done.
Yo.
But he only comments on my Roblox stuff. And luckily, there's none of that in this series.
No.
He's all asking me what I'm working on. I'm like, and then I hid it from him because if you watch some of the bloopers, he kept picking up and showing it to the camera. So I didn't want him to do that because, you know, when you do these dialogue scenes, it kind of gets really boring, to be honest. Filming it, and I'm sorry, but watching it too, but it does build the characters, and I wish I could have been more actiony, but you work with what you got.
There's only so much we can do. I mean, we could probably do a lot more camera work.
I'm holding it up because if you actually in full screen, you can see there's a bunch of 4s and X's and Y's. Like, that would not look like a time machine formula, to be honest.
I wouldn't even want to know what they would actually look like in real life.
Like, I know there's probably a bunch of formulas that are like crazy, but
oh god, we could have probably like. I can imagine that's just.
I can tell you for a fact, if there was ever a time machine, it would not be on a napkin, okay?
I mean, that'd be a hell of a way to keep it secured.
It'd be on this giant whiteboard in some giant lecture room, and it'd take up like 6 of those.
6 of the rooms, not just boards.
Yeah.
I would assume. Heaven forbid. I have to say here, our actor for Maxwell really did a good job with the character.
Yeah, he was hesitant about some of the lines, but he's like, you know what, I'll do it.
Yes.
And then there's this part where I'm like, hey, watch this movie, you'll understand time travel. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, I think this next bit in this scene is actually a really clever way to
I mean, my girlfriend made fun of me. She's like, that's not a relevant movie anymore, but it's a good movie, and
same.
Freaking, it's like in the top 10 of all time best movies ever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll agree.
It's in my top 10, I can tell you that.
I think it's at least up there for me. I'm not sure if it's a top 10, but it's definitely one of those movies I'd be saying, hey, kids, watch it.
This movie, the movie we made, is in the top 10 now, am I right? No, I'm just kidding.
Sure.
I'm just kidding. This movie,
We're not even top 10,000 at this point.
So, here's an interesting part. I'm getting phone messages. Get out of here, you.
No. Same.
Oh, I'm sick now.
You're welcome.
So this part, this is where we introduced the time machine gun. You could tell it's another red Nerf gun. It's a red Nerf gun instead of a blue one.
Huzzah. Because we don't have cans
Basically,
of black paint.
the blue Nerf gun was the portal gun, and the red one was the time machine gun. But believe it or not, in the actual series, the red one was actually a portal gun that I didn't use. It's referenced in episode 4 if you watch the original series, but
Did we really make 4 episodes in that series?
yeah, I wanted to do so much more, but we'll talk about that in another video of the ideas I wanted to do for that series.
Probably. Or maybe a little bit at the end of this.
Or maybe at the end of this we'll talk about it. This is part. He's like, let's go attach to your car. No, You could basically you see in this film that the time machine gun reverses or forwards time depending on the selected object. Spoilers, but you'll see it right now in this scene where it happens.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a fun. And this is the reason why I like this whole Back to the Future kind of crap that happens in the show.
I mean, the Back to the Future, they travel the person in the car through time. Well, this one just reverts the object's time. I thought that was a clever concept. I mean, this is like a dumb science sci-fi movie thing, but I gave some thought behind some of the lines. All right.
I mean, yeah, the plans we have for other things are also interesting to go about this based on the movie itself. But yeah, you did your best, honestly.
So yeah, this part he's like, hey. I'm sorry that my brother died, but you need to know that you need to, yeah.
Just yeah.
This part he's basically I revealed that I accidentally killed him, and I kind of used him as a guinea pig. Yeah, see.
Yeah, there you go.
This part. And then here's the cool part. Boosh. And this is the only time I use this rewind effect, but I wanted to like illustrate that this is happening. I don't use it in any other parts of the film. It's just basically an example. I mean, I could have used it for the other scenes, but once is enough, and if you use it more than once, it seems kind of like, wacky and out of place.
That and it's like, oh, this shit again, you know? So
basically, it's implied after this. And basically, he forgot everything that just happened with that conversation we just had. So this is, like I said, if you're skipping ahead in the movie,
you're gonna miss out on shit.
You missed this is such a small thing that you missed out on.
Yeah.
It's like when
it's small enough that it's kind of important.
It's like when you're watching like something that's subtitled, and you look away for a second, like what happened? I didn't read that part.
Yeah, you look away for just a split second. You're like, oh, cool, where did they go?
Why is he dead now?
Why has been me for the past 2 weeks watching Star Trek Next Generation. I have been binging the entire 7 seasons on Netflix for the past month or two.
A little fun fact, and you guys probably might get mad at me, but this original series was actually based off Rick and Morty. But we wanted to do something a little bit different, so if anyone was wondering, and you had, I mean, some people thought it was like a better version of it, but
Rick and Morty, less alcohol.
Basically, it was the same. It was based off of it, but different style.
Yeah, it was a more grounded, serious note for this one in particular, but a bit more grounded away from science.
We're talking about the prequel part. This is the sequel. This is the sequel. Oh yeah. So this part, we're back to the
cool kids.
Back to basically the good actors.
I don't know. I thought I did pretty good, but that's for later.
Yeah, you're not in the movie yet, so shut up.
Fair enough.
You shouldn't be speaking yet.
Oh, I'll just done.
So basically, this part, he's like, we know where his friend's buried. Your phone should be off.
My phone should be off.
I mean, a hypocrite because my phone just went off too.
I mean, look, we're college people doing a college film, talking about a college
I'm not in college anymore.
You're back in you're back for a few.
That's different.
Semesters. You're there for more education.
I already have a bachelor's.
Back in school. You're back in school. Shut up. Yeah, me talking as I just finally finishing up.
So this part's like, he's like, hey, you shouldn't kill someone when they're mourning. That's messed up.
It's fucked up, man.
But they're government agents. They're trying to capture me alive. Like, they don't care. They just want me to be alive. They don't care if I'm sad. They don't care if I'm glad.
They just want your.
They don't care if I'm mad. I had to finish the rhymes. I'm sorry.
I feel like I should know the rest of this, or better yet, where I feel like I should have remembered where the original from. But I'm off track.
Oh yeah, here's a little fun fact. We actually filmed this field a lot. Like, so you might recognize some of the stuff we film in previous films. I think we filmed Stealing the Show in this field, some random finale, and some other things that I'm not 100% sure on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, First Person Fighter. We filmed that over there too.
Oh yeah.
But
we use this film a lot.
We use this field a
lot.
It's also close.
It's close for us, so it's not terrible from getting to our.
We're actually gonna film on this construction site it's a construction site now, but we filmed hiking troubles over there. And we wanted to film this part over there, but they started construction work over there, so we couldn't film over there anymore.
I do remember that I filmed something in there and it's not done
Yeah,
yet.
yeah. Whereas I finished my movie before you finished your 4-minute project. Come on.
I got other projects. I gotta do coding homework, and I gotta do math, and I gotta do.
We're not even talking about the movie anymore.
No, we're not. And then there's this part.
Oh yeah, I got lazy. Okay. Like, I mean, I know most people aren't gonna look up a license plate, but you know, there's some weirdos that I don't want you stalking.
Although I have to admit, this part here.
Thanks, Tree.
Yeah, Tree. Thank you. Best support actor 2012. Fight me.
You know what's funny? He's like started pausing because he was crunching on the leaves and he knew he was picking up the microphone. So he's like, crunch, crunch. We gotta do this. Crunch, crunch. Oh yeah, and then I said let's move because I saw a spider over here. So I don't like spiders.
One spider freaks the fuck out. Moves location.
Language.
I mean, honestly, there's this. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm a nerd. I'm okay with that. Literally, one of my friend's players sees a spider in their house. I'm like, nope, we're not playing here. We're gonna go to my place. Like, what? What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, so this part basically, I'm walking over to revive Trevor's corpse, but they're over here. Convenient to the plot much, I guess, but.
Were you actually going to try to revive? Is that the idea?
I walked over here to revive Trevor, but you know, obviously things go wrong. Like it would have been too convenient. Obviously, you've seen movies.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to do something and then something happens. Like, I didn't want to write a bunch of cliches into this film, but like I felt like I had to in order to extend the story.
There are some that were probably unavoidable, if not for the fact that you wanted to. I don't blame you, honestly.
There's some parts that like are avoidable, but there's some parts like you could have avoided that. Come on.
Yeah. Now, this part here, your character, for those of you who are watching, absolutely in the wrong place of mind. He was just like, yeah, go ahead and fucking shoot me. I don't give a crap.
Yeah, basically, my character is like depressed. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but... Oh, here's the action part. That's it. That's all you get.
Yeah, have fun with that.
And that took us like 15 minutes to do.
15.
We're all trying to be cool about it, but then there's this part where it's like, I'm just gonna throw the gun. I don't want to do action.
Yeah. See,
And then he tases me.
I'm okay with some action.
Here's a fun fact. That's just a clip from the airsoft gun.
Oh, okay.
This.
Wait, which word is that? I wouldn't mess with it.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and he takes the gun back, and you see him basically put the clip back in. I think later, and he's like, "Did you just tase him with the clip?"
I mean, that's a lot of static electricity, and that can do a lot of damage if you're not careful.
So then I'm like, okay, I'll come with you, whatever. Here's a part. Pay attention to this. I mean, it's very subtle, but watch this part. This is how his character finds me later. Look, he put something in my pocket. He put a tracking device in there. Like I didn't notice that. I mean, obviously I did because I wrote the thing, but
I mean,
yeah. That's how you end up finding me later in the film. But believe it or not, that's just the camera battery. That's how low budget we are.
We gotta reuse assets. Okay, now this part, from a director's position and someone who's been working with the franchise for a while. Yeah, very
This part gets very dark.
Very dark. This is probably one of the few scenes in the movie that's actually really different from what you do mostly on your channel.
Yeah, look at this. Like,
yeah, like you just go up and straight up kill a man
with my bare hands. I choke him out
with your bare hands. Rawr.
And then I'm like, what did I do? I'm a baby. And then he finds out he's dead. He's like, what the freak?
When I first saw this during editing, the scene, it got to me a little bit. He did really well.
Yeah, there's some parts where I started tearing up. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest, and I mean, I wrote the thing and I edited the thing.
It's different from writing something and then actually seeing it play out.
Well, they say you write a movie 3 times: once in writing it, obviously, once in filming it, and once in editing it.
Yeah. But
they did a great job, and they helped carry the film. So here's a little fun fact. If you guys watch this on Vimeo, if I give you an early access link before the movie actually released, I forgot to put this scene in. I'm gonna be honest. You didn't notice it on YouTube because it went live on YouTube on the 25th. But I gave it the early access link to some people on before that on Vimeo, and this part wasn't actually in there. But let's just say this part was actually, you didn't actually need this part in the film, but it's some extra fluff.
It's tough to get. It's enough to give contents.
So
no matter what you say, everything needs to be in there if you feel like it's necessary.
But basically, if this was actually an actual film, we probably could have cut this part out. But this part,
I mean, if we needed time, yeah.
But we didn't have a time limit. We're making something. We're just gonna use all of it.
See a cattail in the
So this part, basically, I'm just explaining that I just murdered someone.
How do you do it?
How I did it. What his social security number was. You know, all that stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Credit card information.
So basically, this is just a dialogue scene. It's filler.
And if you're what's the word I'm looking for? If you're a crap, why can't I think of words right now? I'm always good with words. If you're a usual on this channel, you know this area we usually film in.
We filmed the global climate change scene in this movie.
Ah!
No, we film upstairs a lot.
Oh, every time I go into my college club room, they're like, "Hey, what's that global climate change guy up to?" I'm like, "He's life."
That's different. Listen, if you're watching this and you watch that film, you know I make other things, and I appreciate you. But if you don't, and you're just stumbling upon this, why didn't you watch the movie first, you dingleberry?
Same.
Oh yeah, little fun fact. We actually filmed all of his parts first, and then we filmed all my parts second. It's like he was holding the camera, then I was holding the camera. Like, we didn't go back and forth. We just filmed all in one go. So that's why he's like slowly getting up from the bed.
Yeah, it's we used to do that back in high school, but doing it this way kind of helps out.
It works, but also it seems like very static, and I'm sorry for that. But you know, it's my movie, freaking whatever.
Deal with it. See if you can do better. I'm sure we could. I'm sure you
could.
I'm sure you could, but we did our best. Please.
Please don't sue. So yeah, blah 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 blah. We gotta.
Blah blah. I murdered someone. Blah blah. I'm depressed. Blah blah. We're gonna go to jail.
And then I'm like, we gotta get out of here. And then I'm like, we could use my portal. Oh wait, I don't have my portal gun.
Oh wait, that broke. That went in the freaking river.
It went in the river and then it blew up.
I'm still surprised that it took you a mile's worth of traveling just to find that.
It was kind of funny. I wish we filmed it.
I kind of wish you did too, just for like behind the scenes. And
I'm surprised my brother filmed that part. I'm surprised he wasn't gonna film us and laugh at us. I mean, he was laughing at us, but I'm surprised he didn't film that part.
Yeah, your brother's not the best of camera individuals.
He did a decent job.
I mean, for this part, but usually on the other stuff, he's a bit distracted, to say the least.
But yeah, basically, I won't judge you if you skip this part of the movie. All right?
Yeah. I mean,
this is probably the weakest scene in the movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we recommend you watch most of the dialogue. If there are scenes, this is definitely one of those you are okay to skip.
And if you go into the description of the original videos, you see those little timestamps for where to go. So this is Act 2, Scene 4. You can skip over it. You won't miss much.
We are very articulate with our descriptions.
I don't like how we're bashing this part. It's just because it's boring.
Do I see Fortnite or something?
It's Futurama. We filmed upstairs.
Okay.
We kept some of our DVDs up here.
Yeah. What is that in the background?
It's my cat.
Well, yeah, I know the cat.
You see him? He's looking.
I'm talking about that little black thing next to the wall. Is that like a Roomba thing?
That's a fan.
What? It's a fan. Oh, okay.
Just flipped over.
Oh.
Basically, this is our guest bedroom upstairs.
Yeah.
We don't really. We just film up here. Like, we don't really use it often.
No, it's been a while since we actually had to go up there. Although I'm surprised you actually converted to that since I've been up here.
I think it pretty much looks the same as it always does.
Aside from the bed there.
Yeah, it's a guest bedroom. When people stay over, that's where they sleep.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping here though. You're not. Don't come over.
I got a home to go to.
Look how I cheated. I just blurred out my.
Okay, so I gotta tell you honestly, I don't know how you can back out of that driveway, without the
You know,
mom.
I've lived at this house for like almost 6-7 years. I don't know.
Yeah, and the last time I tried backing up, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, you get pretty good at backing up, like if you do it a lot.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming.
So here's the beginning of Act 2, Scene 5. This is where things just
kind of go
really south.
go insane.
Jeez Louise, of course, now I'm getting freaking messages like crazy.
Who is this meme lord here?
Oh my god, stop. Oh, it's probably because I sent a script to somebody for something else, but that's besides the point.
Another project, I see.
We're talking about this movie.
Right? Yeah, I like his characters. I wish we can do more films with him, but he's so busy. I mean, most of us are, but that's beside the point.
Well, I'm not busy.
I know you're not busy.
If I just believe it or not, over the weekend, I just filmed 4 videos.
What?
Yeah, I filmed 4 videos: 2 Blocksmates, a Watersurf idea factory, and a short.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how much free time I have.
I wish I had that motivation at the moment.
I had a brain dump this weekend. I want nuts, but that's besides the point.
As somebody who runs a club at their local college, I wish I had that motivation to do it, but I'm so freaking busy with other shit. It's not even funny.
Listen, when I have free time, I like to work on films, and like I had so much free time when I filmed this movie, but the problem was not everyone else did. So
So you're just kind of doing this on your own, which is actually not a bad thing. I like doing that myself when I'm doing some of my things.
Well, my other films, I interact with my other characters, like they're Gary's Mod characters, Roblox characters, but like you might see it later in the film that one of the new characters is like a Gary's Mod guy.
Mm-hmm. That, before we continue, that is a good transition with the eye closing kind of scenario.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so a little fun fact about this scene.
Yeah, this scene.
Oh, this scene gave me a lot of problems.
Yeah.
For starters,
if you think green screening is easy, wait until you hear the story.
No, I mean it would have been easy, but I'm a big idiot. I mean that's besides the point.
I mean, you're the one doing shit like this.
But I decide I'm gonna make my job easy, and we're not gonna drive. I should have probably just driven, but that's dangerous.
That's a safety hazard, personally.
But basically, this part, I decide I'm not gonna film inside my car, but I'm gonna cover it with a green screen. It sounds like a good idea, but
in theory, it sounded like a great idea.
I'm an idiot because I filmed it outside with natural light, and it was reflecting
yeah.
It was reflecting through. It was like if you watch the original clips, which you can't because I didn't make this available. There's no blooper scenes, so we didn't mess up on this part.
Yeah.
But if
you were to look at the original,
if you look at the original,
footage,
you can see like the fence next to my car, like where I park.
Yeah.
And
not only that, but you are so white that the green was on your skin, and as you were trying to do the edits, the fact that it was as green as it could be began to mix with whatever it was.
Yeah, so that like I'm so reflective, like the green screen is reflecting on me. So I decided to do something crazy. I put some car noises in. I changed green to white, which is a really cool effect. I've used it before. Mm-hmm. We can change colors, so there's another color. But I changed the green to white, and this is what the final result was. Like you can see up in the corner,
yeah,
on,
you can
on
see
his side,
yeah,
that there's some
errors and
some tarp up there. Like,
yeah.
It looks like tarp.
Yeah.
But this works.
It worked for what you were trying to do. It was a good workaround for what you were coming across in your editing, and I'm actually really glad that you went this way to kind of forcing yourself to get through it somehow.
Well, I was gonna originally rotoscope everybody out, which is like masking, but it does it for you basically. But that was also another issue.
Yeah, that would have been a lot more work on your end, honestly.
And I probably would have been still working on this scene today. Because, so what I did is I just edited all this scene together, and then I put the effect on. So,
I mean, simple enough. Now, if only you did it in the garage.
Yeah, I should have done it in the garage. It would have worked better.
That probably wouldn't have been able to give you what you were wanting to do.
But also there was this other issue of when it was working on Maxwell's character, it was just fine, right?
Yeah, but it was you because of how your skin's texture is. It caught the green.
I'm reflective, okay?
Yeah, reflective is all it is.
But this came out all right.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it actually went pretty well, nonetheless, I have to say.
Listen, whenever you make something, it's not going to always end up exactly how you want it. Very rarely when you make something does it turn out the way you want.
Only the simpler things turn out well.
There are some scenes in this movie turn out exactly how I wanted them to, but this was one of those scenes that did not.
Nope.
Which also made me mad because I went out and drove. I taped my phone to my window. I got some
strange looks.
So I got a lot of strange looks, right? But I filmed these basically some driving shots, and I couldn't even use any of it.
Nope. Because
like I'm not upset that the effect didn't work. I'm upset that I went out and wasted gas.
See, that was the wasted budget that we had. We don't have a budget to work with. We had a wasted budget.
But I did get something out of that drive as I drove up to the finale of this scene, and I got some drone shots, and I only used one of them. It's not a big deal, but
it was enough to make it a bit worth the effort.
It was at least a little bit worth it. Yeah.
Darkness is all I hear.
Basically, this part we revealed that I'm a piece of crap character. He's a piece of crap character. We're all piece of crap characters.
We're all crap on the same planet.
We're all PewDiePie. Am I right?
We're all Logan. What's his face?
Sorry, I'm drinking water because I don't talk for this long, and if I do, I die.
I mean, same. But then again, I am.
You're sick.
Well, that, and I also am a freaking dungeon master, and it sucks talking for 6 hours straight.
So whoever talks all the time, you should give them props because.
Yeah, for people who do podcasting, behind the scenes.
So this part we're getting out. We're getting out now.
Hooray!
You can see I cheated a little bit. There's a little continuity error. His car's in the background.
And now it's not.
Yeah, now it's not. But because this was filmed on a different day, obviously.
Yeah. But we're coming to the end of the act.
You know what's a fun fact? I actually waited for a foggy day to film that drone shot, but it didn't even matter because you couldn't even see the sky. But this scene.
Oof! Yeah, here we go. The end of Act 2 is probably my favorite, mostly because the best actor comes into play here. But that's beside the point.
As weird as it sounds, this is actually this is the heaviest VFX act there is.
Yeah.
As weird as it sounds, but
aside from Act 3, well, it's heavy on simple effects in Act 3.
Yeah, Act 3 is green screen. That's easy.
Yeah.
You'll see later. You'll see in a little bit. I mean, you probably watched the film, hopefully.
I hope.
But yeah, basically, this is where we revealed that Maxwell's character is he's necrophiliac, as they call him. And I'm like, that's gross. So I said, I'm getting out of here.
You really did write both characters to be absolutely hateable.
But I mean, my character's hateable too, because freaking I ended up killing my best friend in the series on
accident.
On purpose, but on accident.
Yeah. You knew that your experiments were bad, but
I did anyway.
You did it anyway. But you did not know how bad the effects of having on him were. That's the thing that redeems you. I mean, aside from...
And then he's like, oh yeah, he did a really good job with this.
Yeah. These two, Maxwell and him...
His character's name is Ralph.
Ralph, yeah. Ralph and Maxwell's actors. They are probably one of the few friends of ours who go well beyond what we request from them.
I'm like, you don't have to. Like, you'll see this part where
you'll see the scene where
he tackles them, and I'm like, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. You could just like do a fake punch. He goes, no, we're going for this.
No, we're gonna go in.
Are you sure?
We're gonna go all in. It's all or nothing, and they go all, and we even had some concerns after the fact. Like here. He takes it off. He comes in.
He said,
like it's super intense. I felt like we needed a medic on board.
He said, I kind of hurt my arm, but it's fine.
Yeah, that was not fun. Like, yeah, at first we thought, there's.
I don't care if I get hurt. I don't want to get dirty. That's why I felt bad for them too.
See, that was me as well. I didn't want to get myself dirty either, but I didn't have much of a scenario that happened.
So basically we're like, you guys are psychopaths. I'm getting out of here, and then I walk off. And he's still trying to insult him, and then
and
he does this scream. Here's a funny part. Someone walks back and is like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. We were out there in the field, and if I remember, you were serves me right. There was someone walking their dogs.
Yeah.
Coming by, and
I forgot to mention this part earlier, but you know he's looking down at his character, and he's talking to basically the dead body, and that's just me laying on the ground. But some guy walked by and goes, "Good morning." Like, do you not see the camera? Come on, like the shot already got ruined because of the him walking, but.
It's bad enough that we get those scenes.
Here comes the spaceship. It looks like it's floating.
I love that. I love the spaceship effects you got going on here.
It's a low budget. Come on.
I mean, you can only do so much with your effects.
I mean, I could have spent more time and effort on them, but there's a point where you get tired of looking at things. Also, here comes the co-director's character.
Once again, me placed into the act of a villain against everyone else who's a freaking giant to me.
A fun fact, that's just the ship from Star Wars 7. That was a pretty cool effect where he walked off the ship.
Yeah, I thought
that took about 6 hours to do.
Jeez.
And then I said, I'm not doing this anymore, so I made the ship go invisible. So I made some other edits to the other parts where basically the ships go invisible when they're not in use.
Yeah. That must be really hard to find it in the cargo bay.
Well, I mean, they have it. When they let's just say when they walk up to it, it turns back on.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you say cuck when he did that once? If you watch the bloopers, I think he says cuck.
Yeah, I think I probably did because I don't know. That was a word I've been using for a while back then.
And basically, he just killed one of the best characters in the film.
Yep, I'm a dick.
In the original script I wrote for this, which was more comedic based, the government agents actually go up into space with us. But we couldn't do that. So
yeah, it was more of the.
But that original script was actually written years before this was written. So.
Oh my god, I still had that old freaking Motorola phone. What the hell?
Yeah, I like how the spaceship was just scooting off the screen. Like
scoot. I will say, yes, no, well, hang on. Repeat, starting over. No, that's not my actual voice. I actually have been able to make it high pitch for quite some time.
You can't do it anymore, can you?
I mean, it's not as hard anymore.
Well, okay, so basically, if you didn't watch the original series, which is fine, it wasn't recommended. He was basically the twin brother of another character, and the only reason, and it's because we're funny, and he was just basically going, "Here's the regular me, and then here's the other me."
Yeah.
And then basically, this is the end of Act 2.
Yeah, so Act 2 is all done here. Regardless, it was good.
Now this is a cool shot.
Yeah. Most of what you do here at Act 3 was something I was really looking forward to because I love the green screen effects we can do here.
Act 3 is when we can take things and go crazy with them.
Yeah, we have a little bit more leeway.
And here's this part where you see the spaceship. It's a giant spaceship. Like it's almost as big as that moon.
Yeah. It's not a moon.
It's not a moon. It turns into a Death Star. Oh no. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact: the bridge of the ship you'll see later is actually just a Star Wars ship. I just redecorated a little bit. I use that a lot in my space films.
Yeah, I mean, to begin with, it's a very easy model to acquire. Second of all, I mean,
it works. Okay,
it works. It works. You can change it up. Okay, I like the effect of the ship going invisible too.
Space goes invisible, so NASA doesn't pick it up.
Yeah, which is silly because.
Okay. Let me just bring this up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So. We had this issue with the audio.
For the longest time.
I don't know what the freak, but basically, I didn't notice it until I started editing it. Where, my bad. But when we did the test microphone check, hey,
it came out right.
It came out right.
It came out well.
And this part, that's why whenever he's on screen, the green screen parts it's why it's a little messed up. I don't know why. I tried fixing it. And this was the best I could do.
It was always with him. We don't know what. We kind of have a feeling that it was because of.
He ruined it.
It was the reason why we feel like it did that was. Probably because you said it was probably the.
I think it was the memory card.
The
memory card was messed up.
Yeah, one memory card was fine. The other one was not.
The memory card I used for my regular films worked fine, but apparently this memory card had a lot of issues. Oh yeah, let me just interrupt. This is the guy who voiced the Doctor. He voiced this alien too. He did a great job with his alien as well.
Yeah, every time he comes around, does his voice lines, I'm like, man, if we could have him around more often, that'd be great, but it costs.
Yep, I paid the voice actors, okay?
Don't get me wrong, it was well worth the investment.
And I paid the regular actors too with food.
Yeah.
But you can't pay... Hey, you want this Subway sandwich? I have to ship it to you. I know you live in freaking whatever state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't do that, so I have to pay them.
I mean, I would not be objected to.
And then we kill off this character too.
Yeah, we just straight up fucking kill him.
Because he said his execution day.
Yeah.
And this part's pretty funny. Another continuity error. As he shoots him,
and then goes in with the
whacks
crowbar.
him.
And then in the next shot, there is blood all over the back of the scene. We can only do so much, folks.
Well, that's actually because Gary's mod, like, I don't know. I guess my Gary's mod doesn't split out blood when you kill somebody.
I think that's a mod.
But also, it also doesn't pick up on like you could tell. This is actually a prison map, but you play on like Jailbreak or whatever. And I just redecorated a little bit, like. You could tell in the jail cell, obviously, because I didn't want to do that much, but I try to make it look as futuristic as possible, like spaceship as possible.
For those of you who don't know what Jailbreak is, it's basically just a set of teams. One plays warden, the other plays prisoners, and they kind of just do a round of whatever the warden
I like
wants.
the part where you walk in, like, I like that guy, but you had him executed. Like, if you liked him, why didn't you? Yeah, basically now he's interacting with Maxwell's character, saying. Listen, you're just here because I need you here.
Because I needed you to do stuff. Not those stuff, but this stuff. You understand. It's a shame the audio for him is off.
I was gonna have him come in and redo it, but
that would require scheduling.
Like I said, that would have pushed the movie back. It was already pushed back enough. I didn't want to.
And you already did set yourself a time limit or a time frame to bring it out. So.
Well, because I edited all the scenes in order, right? I edited Act 1, Act 2, and then I got to Act 3. I'm like, oh no. And I already pushed the release date. I'm like, and this was official because I started announcing it everywhere. So.
Yeah,
like usually on Twitter, like I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about releasing this in this month. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but at least that's just on Twitter. Like if I release it on YouTube and Facebook, like they have this thing on YouTube where you could talk to your fans with some community tab
with
thing.
a small announcement system.
But
you would announce it to most of your channels and
basically
points of contact.
I announced it, so
yeah. So you were kind of locked in, so there wasn't really much of a time frame that you could go in.
But also. Plus, I don't know when he was available, so...
Yeah. And see, it seems with both of you in, like this, the audio's all goofed up, but then we switch to the...
It's just with his character.
Yeah.
Because I filmed some separate parts by myself.
Yeah. But...
It's not horrible. I recommend watching Act 3 with headphones.
Yeah, if anything, the whole movie at best, but, I mean...
Well, yeah, you probably should watch this with headphones. There's some inappropriate parts.
Yeah.
I mean, not as bad as some other films, but...
No, definitely not as bad as some other films.
Probably why it hasn't got age restricted yet.
Probably.
But I'm pretty sure once we're done recording it, we're going to see it, we're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, we've probably skimmed it, and then something's like, nope, okay.
Yeah, it's probably because... I know how most people work. The people who did watch it were like... Oh, I enjoyed this. They didn't care, or the people are gonna, and then they're gonna have those trolls that skip through. And goes, they said the B word. That's not appropriate.
What is this malarkey?
Oh yeah, a fun fact. I forgot to put the character in his dead body in when I filmed this part. So you can, if you look very closely, you can see. I put him in post. Yeah.
It's kind of a continual error on his part, but I mean, again,
it's not noticeable.
It's not noticeable. It's actually a really good job how you did that. Honestly, like as someone who doesn't do those kind of editings, I don't notice the stitching.
Yeah, so to speak. It's only if you're like getting there with a microphone glass,
and just talk to it like here, record.
Magnifying glass. That's the word.
Yeah, that's the word you're looking for. Or if you're somebody who does stuff like that for a hobby or a living, yeah, you probably could find.
But then again, I notice all these little things because also that zoom in is because I walked off the green screen. I didn't feel like there's a lot of little things I do that
help to give it a bit
make it easier to do special effects.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, before you get nitpicky again, for those of you who notice, yeah, the door is open, but there are guards on the other side, so don't even fucking try it.
Yeah, I remember you brought that up when I first showed you, like, why is the door open? I'm like, because
Guards.
Because there's guards out there. You're gonna die if you go and, like, can I get out? And they're like, no, and they're gonna shoot you.
Like, you
also, also they kept the door open when they put me in, because they're like, I don't care. Basically, the reason Bob's character, he says, I'm gonna keep you in here. It's just to make me more mad at him because he already screwed up, and he screwed up by bringing Bob into this. Like, he's like the worst character.
Yeah.
So, little fun fact: I had this little blur effect right here, but Vegas was not having it, so I had to remove it. That's why it looks a little blotchy here.
Yeah, you can only do so much with Vegas.
It looked really good, but when I rendered it, it's like, nope, not having it. All right.
Nope, I'm angry. You can't make me.
So we introduced Lemon. He's the basically the assistant to Bob, but you learned in this movie that he's actually a double agent. So he's working for basically the government police, the space police. I don't know what.
Some
basically
intergalactic scenario where law enforcement.
Yeah, and also you might notice his voice is a little bit different. It's because it's a different voice actor. The original voice actor just. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we don't know what happened.
We don't know about that one, but basically, I just. So the other voice actor, they did a great job.
Yeah, the new voice actor did a good job. If our original voice actor is somehow watching this at all,
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but if they are, where the heck are you? That's been on the back of my mind at least for a while.
Yeah, I have a lot of fans ask me that question. Like,
yeah.
Where'd he go? I'm like, I don't know. But
and you know who you are if you're watching this. But I would like some.
This voice actor goes by Apple Odyssey. Did a great job.
Yeah, I would like to finish though that if you are watching, contact one of us. I'd like some closure, just for my own sakes. I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be nice.
Alright, so this part, best part, he goes up and he's like, "Hey,
do the thing.
We need you to bring up the prisoner." He's like, "Oh, I want to speak in my native tongue." He goes, "You better not be speaking your native tongue. You know how Bob gets." And he's like, and I think you come out and know. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?
What's going on here, you piece of shit?"
Yeah.
See.
Jeez, you're such a jerk in this film.
You're the one who made me that way.
Yeah, but you like doing it though. You're the one who took it. And you're like, I'm gonna be the biggest jerk I can be.
I mean, you did ask for that, and I delivered.
You did a great job though. I feel like everyone did a great job in the film, but me. But that's because it's me.
Well, I mean,
you judge yourself harder than others.
Exactly. But you're I'd say you've improved your acting in this movie a little bit.
I mean, if you watch this from the original series.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, I only took like 2 theater classes, and that's all my training had ever given me.
I took 1.
I mean, I like one of the theater classes was just freaking pen to paper instead of actual acting.
So he goes down there, he walks through, like, we could just walk through that the whole time, but there's guards there.
Guards.
And then he looks at the dead body, like, why isn't this cleaned up? Or whatever. And like, oh yeah, see, so my voice back to normal because I filmed these parts separately.
Yeah. Whereas when when Maxwell's character is in place, we're still using the old freaking thing, and it's still messing up his voice. We're sorry.
Watch it with headphones.
Yeah. Because that's what people have been saying to us. That fixes the problem.
But no one actually brought this up. Like
But we do because we're here figuring it out.
Well, then again, when you make something, you're nitpicky about it.
Yeah. There are some videos that I've made. I was like, I wish I did something better with that.
But then again, what they said if you ever take art, they said the artwork's never done. You stop looking at it, and this is basically we stopped looking at this. We're done with it. Yeah,
we still see the errors, but there's nothing we can do. It's done. We're done. We're just shoving it all the way to the corner. We'll give it to the museum.
Listen, if we ever make another movie, we'll make sure these issues aren't a problem anymore.
Yeah, we'll make sure to.
And that memory card we're not going to use ever again.
Yeah. We're going to get a new one that's going to be 100% better, and it's not going to have this word fizz, we hope to God.
I'm just gonna cry if it does. I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
Just tell me you didn't want me to make the movie, okay? I'm sorry, YubTub algorithm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, YubTub, we can't do crap here.
Oh yeah, this part's funny. We're just in the elevator. I didn't even try decorating the elevator. It's just straight up elevator, okay?
Straight up elevator. And for those of you who play the game, 10 points to Gryffindor if you can figure out where this is from.
Cooper. Excellent.
I swear, every time I hear myself speak, I can feel the muscles in my throat working for it.
Basically, we worked around this and say he had a helium accident. That's why he has that voice. So
yeah.
It's subtle, but you know.
Surprise! You get not just commentary, but behind the scenes ideas of the canon in the world.
No. We actually mentioned that earlier in Act 2, but we talked right over it.
Oh, fair.
So he's like, "Hey, you're gonna do stuff for me," and I'm like, "I don't want to do stuff for you." He goes, "Well, you're gonna.
You're gonna do stuff for me, and you're gonna like it."
I got something that it will make you. I'm like, "You don't, you liar."
Oh yeah. Well, here's what a liar does. Just does this later down the line that you'll see.
Luckily, when I wrote this, Maxwell's character, he wasn't in this that much, so.
Yeah, he does get brought in later, but
we're both up on the bridge, but he's just standing over in the corner,
like a dingus.
just assume he's in the corner,
kind of not wanting to be seen or talked to at all.
Also, I did something. Usually, when I do these green screen backgrounds, I usually just take a picture. But I decided to be a little bit more lively, and you can see like the crew. They're just walking around. They're moving their heads.
Yep.
I feel like it brought it a little bit more alive. Like you can see, like he's like typing on that keyboard over there.
Brings out the gun from his ass.
It was in my back pocket. If it was a comedy, I would have made that like that popping noise, like.
Yeah. I mean, I guess another way.
We made a joke about that in Stealing the Show. Like, oh, it's okay, I got another one. And the new character pulls out like a diamond sword out of his butt. And he's like, ah, there it is. Oh yeah, this part we filmed with him, so his voice is fine. It's just, yeah.
Again, god darn those the processors who create the memory sticks for us, because that's the only problem.
I don't know. I don't know. It was just that hard. But hey, you know. Oh yeah, fun fact. I just reversed.
You reflected it.
I mirrored the background. You like how there's a gun on your desk? That's a little subtle thing.
Yeah.
So if you ever get pissed off at anybody,
I just shoot him.
You just shoot him.
I have 2 guns. I'm overcompensating.
Here's a fun fact. That gun was actually used by Maxwell too. That hurt. No, I'm just kidding. I landed on carpet. I just put that sound effect in. So basically, he knocks me out because he's about to basically do the ultimate evil.
I'm gonna do all the things.
Careful with those wires there.
Fair enough.
Oh, yeah. So basically, this is where things just go off the rails, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I think the stakes get raised higher now, in a sense.
There's this part where you said just do it, free kid. And I'm like, no, you actually have to say the F word. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember I tried to censor myself because, oh yeah, we're probably doing something that's appropriate for YouTube. And I realized, oh no, I'm a dick.
And then, boosh. There goes zero. I think you see all the little chunks go out. That's actually a really easy effect to do. You just like, I don't remember what it's called, but it's like separate or something.
I suddenly
I've used it before.
I suddenly have flashbacks back to high school trying to do that one 3D project, and I still couldn't get it to do it right, even though it was 1-to-1 with yours.
That was After Effects, though. This is After Effects.
No, this is what you're doing is After Effects. Back then it was Adobe. Maya.
It was Autodesk Maya.
Yeah, I don't know what it was about that. Everything was the same. Didn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Still pissed to this
So here's
day.
the funny part. We actually zoomed in because his head got chopped off in the final edit. I mean, not really, but... Oh, here's your favorite part, huh?
Oh yeah, this is my favorite part here. Yeah, so I'm just testing out the gun here, seeing what it could do with the test subject. He's like, what the heck is it gonna do? And poof, he's now a skeleton. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It does stuff like this. Let's see if I can't change it up.
What else does it do?
What else does it do? It also makes me switch over a bit. And it does the reverse thing like it's supposed to.
And then this part.
And oh yeah, you died. Boom, and this is like back to death.
What happened? You died. Got him.
Got him.
So here's something interesting. The music in the background is like this ominous music, like basically just the evil just happened.
Yeah, it starts to build up the tension.
So it's very subtle, but
it works. It's like in video games.
I pulled a lot of my music from the audio library, and also as sad as it sounds from the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 soundtrack. That game has amazing music, and I used a lot of it for this film. But the YouTube audio library is also pretty good. Like I also use a lot of music from that too.
Yeah, it's very subtle, and it helps out with the build up of tension.
So this is basically Act 3, Scene 3. This is the final act. This is the final scene. Yeah, this is basically
it's one of the final dialogue scenes that we get here.
So basically, we're in the simulation chamber, and if you see, we look up, and I put this little. See, it's very subtle, but we're in a simulation chamber.
It helps shows off that this isn't real. You're in a different area. It's going to be a bit different.
And this is also how I cheat, so we can film live action parts, but they're actually simulated parts.
Yeah. Yeah,
I did this also in the Stealing the Show film, but I didn't actually make it obvious.
Yeah. I mean, to begin with, it's a different time.
Also, it was a comedy too, so freaking
get off our backs.
That one didn't make any sense. This one's supposed to.
It's supposed to have some clarity towards it. Yeah, I like what you do later in this with the effects.
But that's when your character gets introduced again.
Yeah. Like a dick.
I'm sorry, my chair is very squeaky. That Daniel's using, it's kind of squeaky.
Yeah, and I like to fidget around a little bit. I am not a prominent sitting still.
The microphone's picking it up. Knock it off. Like, it's not even about the movie anymore. Look at me, I'm a big dingus.
I'm the.
Yeah, basically this part. You could skip this part, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah, it helps to give. It starts to see the strain between the two characters. So basically,
I'm just like, I'm like, what happened? What? And then we're trying to like, listen. I know we don't like each other. I know you did mess up things. I've done messed up things. We need to work together to defeat this freaking.
To get out of here and to fix this problem.
We have to fix this problem because this is not cool.
Yeah.
Because Earth just blew up.
We just lost Earth, our home.
There goes like 1 billion people.
And you can't repopulate with 2 guys. Just saying.
And also in this universe, I mentioned that humans are very rare. Like we're only on Earth. Like I mean, obviously.
I mean, yeah. This is the stage where we still. It's not like Star Trek where we've left.
I mentioned in the original series, I think in the 3rd episode, that humans in the Milky Way galaxy, humans are the most developed creatures in the Milky Way galaxy. But yeah. That's where watching the original series does help. It does help build the world. But I wrote this with the intention of you don't have to watch it if you don't want to.
Write in the comments if you think it actually does help or it does make them mark.
Some people said it did help, and they were really surprised about the tone. Not in the comments, but people I showed the film to early.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The ones you give it early.
They said watching it did help, and then someone who didn't watch is like I was kind of lost a little bit, but then when I went back and watched it, I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But then they were really shocked because like the series was a comedy and this movie is not.
Yeah, that's kind of a big change in everything.
Well, I wanted this to have a more depressing feel because he just lost his best friend. That's why.
Yeah.
I can't. You don't make jokes about death. It's not kind of. It's not. I mean, sometimes it's funny, but
yeah,
the situation
it's
not.
It's the contents and delivery.
Especially when you lose a main character, it's not funny.
Yeah. See, I've been watching some old comedies. My mother just recently went through cancer treatment. And I watched some old comedies, and then they're like making a joke, like, "Oh yeah, it's cancer." I'm like, "Ha! Oh, I shouldn't be laughing at that."
Yeah.
So I understand. Like there's a time and place for a comedy, but certain places not so much.
This one didn't feel like one. Like I remember in the original script, I actually joked about Trevor's death. I'm like, he died. What a loser. But then I'm like, no, that seems a little messed up.
Yeah.
But also, here's this part. Basically, you're in this like research room.
Yeah.
And if you notice, I blurred the background a little bit because when I was editing this, the background on your end was kind of merging with merging with you, and you couldn't really see the background.
Really then?
It's a little bit blurred. It's just a little bit.
A little bit. I can kind of see it here in this shot.
It's subtle things.
It happens.
I didn't want to distract, because I know some people look in the background like, what's all these numbers?
Yeah.
I want you to look at the character, god dang it.
You're not supposed to focus there. Focus over here. That's the plan of putting our cameras in front of our faces.
Also, because my Gary's mod, I have this mod installed where it makes you see like in the background there's lens flares. It was very bright, so I had to blur it a little bit.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I like my Gary's mod very fancy. Like if you look at my Gary's mod, it looks like it's an actual game that came out now instead of a game that came out in 2004.
And they're still doing stuff to it that just breaks everything.
Gary's mod's a great tool. Like I mean it's a game, but I use it as a tool.
I haven't used it in ages though. I used to play a lot of games on
this
it.
part.
Oh yeah, okay. So
I'm proud of this part. So basically, he gives his speech. He's talking to all the
guards and all the soldiers,
the good crew members, the people that are on his side that they want Bob to die.
All the mutinous pieces of crap.
As you can tell, it's the same species as him. There's some robots. Obviously, they coded in. And then there's some of those guys who are on the deck.
Yeah. And then you got the big battle. In Gary's mod, there's this tool you can use that's just a railing system that you can have a camera on.
This part was just me filming.
Oh, is it?
This was just me backing up.
Okay. But there are some scenes where I noticed, that has to be the...
yeah, this is that.
Yeah, you get this railing tool that allows you to put a camera on, and it just follows a set path.
So basically, there's a big battle going on with the ship. They're in the ship's generator right now.
If you look closely...
Here's the entry port.
Yeah. If you do look closely, first of all, yes, this is the... that was the Star Destroyer hangar bay. But if you look closely, especially on this scene, some of the characters do die.
look,
and they T-pose.
They T-pose.
They T-pose when they either die or are finished.
I wish some of the actual good guys died because it just looks like we're just creaming them. We're just beating the crap out of the bad guys. I mean, that's a good thing, but...
It's a good thing when it comes to it, but I mean...
It didn't seem that realistic.
Although I guess you can say it does... kind of...
It makes it look like the good guys are winning.
Yeah, it does balance out towards the end, and you'll see why.
I'm just saying I wish some of the good guys were dying too.
Yeah.
Because it makes it look like it's an actual epic battle, but it looks like they're just...
I mean, you probably could have done that with some editing in the game, but, I mean...
So this part... I was originally going to have this epic battle scene in the background, but I went with bullets. It worked better. And also... This was a lot, and I would have still been working on it.
Yeah.
It worked out. And also there's this part where you're filming it, and you're like, you kind of dropped the camera a little bit because your pants were falling down.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times when I'm doing these things.
It's in the bloopers. You can see it.
I forgot to wear my belt that day, and I paid for it.
Oh yeah, a fun fact: we actually had to refilm this scene.
Yeah, there were a few scenes we had to refilm.
We had to refilm this scene because we shot this in a different area, but this was
back in the construction area. Where we
had to refilm it because we had some microphone issues.
Yeah, we had.
And it's because the microphone wasn't fully plugged in. Oops.
Yeah, we thought it was plugged in all the way. Turns out it wasn't, and it just gave this freaking unbearable sound going off through the entire thing.
And that's what actually happened with Maxwell's parts on the green screen. Mm-hmm. But I was able to fix it because it was more of a hum noise instead of a screech noise.
Yeah.
You can fix hum, you cannot fix screech.
No.
So basically, this is where the simulation crashes because basically the whole ship's going to crap. Like, you saw that big war. Obviously, no one's working out their posts anymore, so things are just going to start going.
Died.
I'm just doing my job. Also, you get murdered. Like, oh, jeez.
Oh, I guess I won't do my job. Bleh.
And then this part.
Yeah, you black out the eyes to help represent his death. Yeah, so that was a pretty interesting subject.
Also, he has blue blood.
Yeah.
It's to give an alien context, because if everyone had red blood, it's like, oh, it's freaking.
That's lame.
This part.
Yeah, if you're a prominent player of Gary's mod, you know where this map's from. I actually like this map for certain.
So this part's basically like we're all trying to escape, and then like, hey, can you come on this? Can I come with you? I swear I won't. I'll be a good boy.
I swear I'll be nice.
No, you're dying here, buddy.
Yeah.
Your captain sinks with this ship because you didn't sink with your first one. You abandoned ship.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. 'Cause I'm a little bit of a pansy.
So you see the fire in the background, like basically I was trying to illustrate that everything's gone wrong.
Oh yeah.
The ship's about to blow up. And then he pulls out a gun like, why don't you just shoot him early, you big dingus? And I think this is part where I'm like, why don't you just shoot him to begin with?
Right.
Like, don't create unnecessary conflict, just shoot him.
Just shoot him. And honestly, when my character died, it's actually like, oh, it's a relief because the dick is gone.
It's about this right here is where you're about to die.
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers, obviously, but hopefully you watch the film. I've mentioned this multiple times.
I mean, if you've been watching with us, yeah, you know I deserve it.
Look,
see?
And you're dead. You see this little bullet hole in his head.
A nice little effect to put in, just to be sure.
And then, yeah, I'm done with this. And,
yeah, I think your, what is it? Your motivation begins to show a little bit towards the end here. Like, you kind of speed up the processes of your, spoiler, of your character's demise, just so you can finish editing and be done with it. If that was the intention, of course.
What? What? I'm completely lost.
No, it feels, watching it again, it kind of feels like you jump, like we went pretty quick on the transitions to your character's death.
Well, I mean, towards the end, I'm like, I'm done with this. Let's get this over with. Like, this was actually just filmed. I just took 4 different pictures, and I swapped between them.
Yeah.
And you see.
I mean, I guess you could say it's like you are both walking in a way that allows you to switch around, you know.
But different camera angles. I'm trying.
Yeah.
Listen, all of my videos, I try something new, and this was something new. Usually, my green screens are just a.
And for the longest time, I could have remembered telling you need more camera angles.
I remember there was this video. My second short film actually is Mind Over Matter. The opening shot has like 20 different camera angles because he's like, you got to put a bunch of camera angles in your movie.
You gotta do it, man.
And then I'm like, okay, and then we put like 20. And then he's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Yeah. But at least in this one,
back to this. Basically, the green screen. Like I usually just do like a plain background for the whole thing.
Yeah, nothing.
I want to spice things up a little bit, and like the camera moves obviously, because obviously the green screen's on like one. We can't do different angles on a green screen.
Yeah.
So this is my way of doing different angles.
I mean, another one would have been a shot with both of you in it, and then a shot with one of each of you in it.
I should have done that.
Yeah.
I should have done that.
But no, it's not a problem really.
But we were trying to get this done.
Yeah, it was also filming it towards the end was also getting to us. We were slow about it. We were a little unmotivated. I would suspect.
Well, because when you work on a project forever, like I mean, this felt forever. Like I'm surprised the movie's done myself still, but when you work on something forever, like you just want it done. Like I just want it done. I don't want to work on this.
See, that's what I mean with some of my videos. I want to get.
But you haven't started on some of them yet.
I know. I need to.
The hardest part is starting.
Yeah, it's usually starting, especially for things like my videos. But yeah, aside from that,
back to basically this part, we're like, hey, I
gotta do this.
Listen, the glass is interfering. I can't shoot the Earth like this. I can't shoot the Earth like this, so I'm gonna go out there. But there's only one spacesuit, so
yeah,
someone needs to put it on. I mean, I could have put the spacesuit on, right? But this was basically like a heroic effect where I'm sacrificing myself. Like, I mean, there's multiple endings to this.
I mean, one ending we could have gone was you put on the spacesuit and leave while he stays in the ship where he's safe.
No. The spaceship only has one hatch, so that was the problem, right? And then I gave him my watch saying, listen, I know you're a safe convict still, but you can do this and it'll clear people's memory. So if they're looking for you, just go, boop.
Yeah.
But we'll bring up something about that later after this is done.
Yeah, after we get through the video. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this scene as well because just reading it on script was enough to kind of almost put me to tears.
Yeah, this scene is very emotional. Like, I'm just like, listen, I'm giving you a second chance, don't blow this. And also, I use this emotional music, again from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 soundtrack. It's very uplifting, right?
Anime.
It's okay. It's really uplifting, and it was a good music choice, I think.
I think it was, honestly.
Yeah, basically, here's the part where I'm like, alright,
gonna go kill myself.
and then I'm in space, and someone said, you only live for like half a second in space.
And
Some people say it's up to 30 seconds, so that's why I base my opinion off of is 30 seconds, okay?
Yeah. If you don't like it, deal. It's our movie.
It's a movie, get over it.
Our movie.
Freaking
we
look
want
at
it now.
Jimmy Neutron, freaking he flies out.
Every single freaking. I love the episode where they finally give the question, but it turns to Carl singing, and to this day it pisses me off.
Basically, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Now you're dead. Dead.
Basically, that was a really emotional part when I say I'm coming home, Trevor, because I just died.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Every time I hear that, it still kind of gets to me. I'm like, yeah, that's the end of a series.
And then he comes up. I was gonna have the spaceship in the background, but like you get the point that he.
Yeah, he came back he came back to Earth. He was safe and sound and all that.
He landed, okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to put the spaceship in the background.
Don't need more effects.
And plus, I was done with this. I mean, the final effect is you'll see in a sec. Because it's low budget. We don't have that kind of money.
I mean, none of us really died.
Donate to my Patreon. I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
Wait, do you even have? No, yeah, you did have one for a while.
I still have one.
Oh, okay. I forgot you. Wow, it's been a while.
Don't worry about it. So basically, this part.
Yeah. To me, this feels like a good send off to the series.
Yeah,
it's a good way to.
Yeah, it was a good send off.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's it. That's the film. Here's the credits. We're gonna let them roll through the credits.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and roll through the credits.
I'm gonna point out some errors in the credits too.
Oh, okay, cool. More errors.
So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. I like this song. This is a good song. Again, it's from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but this is a remix song.
Mm.
So you can see Daniel here. He helped co-direct the film. He did a great job. I obviously did all the editing, writing, VFX. Not to toot my own horn, but
I mean, you're the one with a freaking dual monitor here.
Yeah. And then, all right. So this
all
part,
the films.
I forgot to include my brother in the filming. Oops. But I put him in the comment, the description.
Yeah.
I also forgot to put my girlfriend as the voice of the phone person.
Whoops.
But it works out better because she doesn't really want to be public.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's all the songs. You can see where I pulled it from. I gave the source and
their sort of originality or original point, or even a link to them, you know.
But you can see where I pulled all my stuff from. I put all the hardware and physical things we used. So I'm like, listen, here's all the stuff we used.
Yeah.
Because I don't want. What kind of tripod did you use? And then here's all the software.
Yep. Quite a lot.
Yeah, I used a lot of software for this one.
Yeah.
And Windows 10. I added the thing on Windows 10. Windows is a great platform.
Of course.
Here's all where the sound effects are from. Yep, I pulled it from here.
Yep. All 4 sources.
And then here's all the Gary's mod maps we used. Yes, that's right. I used Gmod Construct.
Yeah, fight us.
the green screen, all right. And then special thanks to everybody who was in the film.
Yep.
And all the software people and and you guys for watching this far, obviously.
Yeah, and also a big shout out to the voice actors who came in to help out with him. He's been hoping to do this, and I was shocked at how well you guys did for us.
And then basically this part, I'm just like, here's the
title once more.
They do that in Marvel movies.
Yep.
Also, I wanted the whole song to play out, so I put this back. And then here's this filler.
Just filler so you can listen to the song he likes so much.
I like this song, okay? Don't judge me. And then
yeah.
No, there's another part because I have to put this in. I felt like it wasn't needed, but some people are like it was real. It's there to actually see this long part. I'm like, it was a film. They're all actors.
Oh, yeah,
they don't portray the people they played. Okay.
I mean, you kind of have to do that sometimes.
I put it in there. I know no one's gonna see it, but if someone goes, "This was real life," and I just point them to this part.
But by the theories of the multiverse, somewhere out there, this really happened.
Yeah, this probably happened.
So this was probably a mute point. if I'm
But
honest.
we're talking about in our universe, okay?
Yeah, in this set.
Not the
in this
movie
sense.
universe. This actual universe where it was a movie.
In this sense,
And this
it's
is
all
just
fake.
blackness. Like I put this for the end cards for YouTube, obviously.
Yeah. So
And then that's it. That's the whole film. So
yeah. Overall,
it was the best movie ever. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and give it 5 stars.
it's stars. What the fuck are stars?
Oh, sorry. So yeah.
But yeah, that was your Cooper movie.
That was the director's commentary from both the directors.
Now, I guess we could probably talk about.
Let's talk about. We've seen some comments about a sequel.
Probably not going to happen.
We're gonna be honest. No, it's not happening. We're not.
Yeah.
We're done with the series. There are so much ideas I want to do with the series, and I think I'll talk about the series ideas in another video because
Maybe.
I have so many ideas I wanted to do.
This dude's been going through so many ideas like candy. It's not even funny.
And so basically, but the ideas I had for the sequel, and we're not going to be doing this because we've talked about it.
Yeah.
They sound very cool, but
We've toyed with ideas, but personally, from my point of view, the movie is already set and done.
Like,
literally, it's been set in stone.
everyone's
in the movie.
dead. Okay.
Yeah. Most of the core characters are gone in some way, shape, or form, and the actors. To be honest, it's gonna be hard to get everyone back together to do it.
That was the main concern.
But yeah, we've been toying with some ideas on how we could have gone about it. But like we said, probably not gonna happen if at all.
But if you're interested, the first idea we had is basically I reverted the Earth back 30 days prior to the events that just happened. So so basically everyone's still alive, right? I mean, my character's dead, but he's also alive. This is why it gets complex. So
Yeah, it's like it gives it a paradox complex.
So basically everyone's still alive. I mean, Trevor's still dead, obviously.
Yeah,
But
Trevor's dead. But characters like
but I'm still
Bob, myself,
but Bob,
Max.
Everyone's still alive, basically.
Everyone has a reason that they were alive. They were all on this Earth that we had.
Because
during
I accidentally
the
reverted the Earth back too far, right?
Yeah.
So Maxwell actually, he goes back to my house and he says, "Wait, how are you still alive?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then he explains the events of the movie.
Who are you? What is
And
this?
then basically we go back, revive my dead body, and that's pretty much we got. But also, Bob's character's still alive because he's the one who helped let him out of prison.
Out of prison and all that.
And basically that's all we got so far. But it was too complicated, and we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
The second idea we had is my character gets picked up in space from an alien, right? And the alien revives me back to health, but I also find out he's a big creep, so I have to escape this alien. I come back to Earth and I find out Maxwell's abusing the watch I gave him, which is someone suggested this in the comments saying, "Wouldn't he just go back and do what he was doing with the watch?" And I said, "Probably."
It's a possibility.
And then he actually ends up doing this, so basically I have to stop him.
Yeah.
Right. And that was the second idea we're running with, and the third idea, I don't really think I don't think I had a third idea.
No, you did. I can't remember what it was.
Like, I think I just came up with it today. I was talking to him about it. But
Yeah, we were talking earlier about it before.
basically, those were the two ideas we had, and you're welcome to do your own thing with this series. I don't care.
Yeah, at this point, the
But
series is done.
Obviously, you can't use me because it's me, right?
Yeah.
You can't.
Or
use,
myself.
You can't use any of the actors, right? Because unless you want to hire them, but that's a different story.
Yeah, if you're gonna hire,
But-
money.
But we're not doing a sequel, and as much as we want to, we're not.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it personally, but
But
I feel
I
like
personally think we can't do. I mean, we can, but listen, we ended the series. It's over.
yeah,
I know this was a really good series, but I'm working on other things now. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to work on other stuff with my friends. We might do another film, not on this movie, on the series, but something completely
something
unrelated.
else. Yeah, there are some plans he wants to do that are in the works, and it's going to be interesting to see if they actually come to light, which they might if everyone's still around. We still have lives, and we're not sure where that leads
I mean,
us.
I don't, but
I mean, hell, you've been doing more than I have at this point.
but yeah, that's the movie. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And smash that like button, am I right?
Why?
I'm trying to be relevant to the kids, and you didn't watch me just dab, so ignore that.
Actually, I didn't, to be honest. Okay, now I did. What is this madness? But yeah.
Do you have any closing remarks?
No, like I said, like you said, just like, subscribe, comment what you think about the movie. Look out for more of his stuff. Maybe
also,
look out
go
for
watch
my
the
crap.
bloopers. If you haven't
go watch
seen
the bloopers. I gotta watch those myself, honestly.
And also, it was a little bit of behind the scenes in there too, so I called it bloopers / behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's not that much behind the scenes, but like there's this one shot where I'm showing you how we did the action scene, and then there's basically there's a lot of funny moments. Like,
oh yeah, there's a lot of funny moments he wanted to put into the movie, but we had to keep it serious. You know, it broke him sometimes. It made him cry.
Because there's this one part, I'm gonna spoil it. There's this one part where Sully's character, he hits his hands on the car, and then in the background there's a horse, and it takes off running.
Yeah. Yeah, but again,
I mean, there's some of the comedy that did make its way into the movie, like my cat Cooper. He was biting me when I walked into the portal.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't really do anything about that.
Not much really,
But,
aside from like maybe cropping, but that would just ruin the whole thing.
But yeah, that's for the director's commentary, and
much longer than the actual movie itself. So I think we should probably stop it here.
I'm gonna keep rolling. This is now a podcast. Do you like memes? I do. Okay, that's it. Bye.
You are a meme.
Bye.
Global climate change.
Okay, wait. Before we go, ASMR sucks.